comments. There we go. Hey, everybody. Usually my mom would be here with the intro. The way I found this song was I was high as a kite, and I put my headphones on and I listened to like 2 hours of music that Bo sent me. Get ready for the beat drop. If you're having a bad day, if your girlfriend cheated on you, if you're a simp, dance. Come on, baby. One more time, we're gonna let it drop. Hey everybody, welcome to Not Shawnee and Sal Shoot the Shit. This is Shawnee After Dark, and I am your host, Shawnee motherfucking Caulfield. Stand up, Major Marks, and this is a one-on-one I'm bringing to you today with the help of our good friend, Mr. Billy Peck, the Pecking Order. Thank you for helping us do this. And we have your guest, the Simp Queen, the Simps Queen, the Mary Jane of the Major Pod, Steph motherfucking Delander, baby. How you doing, Steph?
Hi, guys. Oh my god, what an intro. This is Denver.
Denver. That's all. How you doing, kitty?
She likes the tunes.
I have, so welcome everybody. I'm Shawnee Caulfield, your favorite Major Mark's favorite Major Mark, and this is Steph Delander. Steph, how you doing today?
I'm good, dude. I've had a long motherfucking day, and yep. I am really excited to smoke this joint that I rolled.
Well, I'm happy. Thank you for doing this with us.
No, thank you for having me.
You know, I don't think a lot of people know about you, including myself.
Really? I thought everyone knew about me. That's wild.
You know, so one of my best mates, Bo, he's from Australia. He lives in Melbourne. See, America's, we say Melbourne, and you guys say Melbourne.
I was born in Melbourne.
Oh, you were born in Melbourne? Okay. So, yeah. I've been up, the first time he used the word cunt to me, I almost fucking fell out my chair. And I'm like, really? Bo, don't use that word in this group. I'm like, the Americans, they're lighthearted, like they just can't take a joke, you know, and they take offense to it. But I love it. I love everything about Australia, like Australian culture. I used to think it was all just kangaroos and and koalas.
Yeah, cunt is a great word.
It's a great word. Yeah, I think that people make, like, same thing with weed, right? Like how bad, how devil it is, right? Wind it up. Yeah, my man Bo's here.
Yeah.
So, but they make things up in their head like it's so bad and you should stay away from it, and like, meanwhile it's not. It's just a word, right? You know.
Yeah, I want to know who like came up with that shit. God, I rolled this like shit. I came home and literally the first thing I did, I had a shower, I rolled a joint, I fucking cracked my back, and then I was like, I'm ready to fucking go.
You don't smoke pre-rolls, or you roll it on your own?
No, I love rolling. No, it's like an art form for me.
I agree. See, but I don't roll. I'm very bad at rolling joints. I'm really good at blunts. So like I could roll like a half of Dutch. Like I could get one Dutch Master and roll 2 blunts out of it.
See, I don't know like why, but it's just, to me, it's like it's like a connection, you know?
Yep. Yeah. So this is what I'm smoking, guys. This is Skittles It's a pre-roll company, and this is cotton candy flavor.
Skittles, fuck. Where'd you get
Yeah.
that dispensary? What state do you live in?
Yeah, I'll bring you one when I see you at FWF. I'm in New York.
You live in New York?
I'm in New York. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn my whole life, and I moved out
Yeah.
to Long Island when I met my wife like 8 years ago.
Right. Oh my god, are you married? Shit. Dirty
The
dog.
funny part is she knows, she loves it. It's
No, I love it. I mean, look, Matt's married. Fuck.
exactly,
You know?
exactly. It's all fun. Like
Yeah, everyone's a fucking
she
pussy.
knows I'm
Yeah.
I'm loyal to the fucking bone. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
you know what? The people who can't have a joke are the ones who aren't loyal.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree with that.
Like Bert Kreischer is one of my favorite comedians, and he always says, he's like, the reason why I can joke about cheating on my wife is because I don't cheat on my wife.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Him and Theo Vaughn are like my fucking favorite, man.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if you watched him on Joe Rogan, Theo, but he's smoking a blunt and they're listening to the Allman Brothers, and he just comes out and he says, "You ever wish you were blind?"
I mean, shit, maybe.
Because he was listening to the music with his eyes closed, and he appreciated it so much more. So like I understood what he meant, but like everybody else was sitting there like, "What the fuck? You wish you were blind?" You know?
Well, that's the thing is like if you weren't, you know, you've got to be on that level to get something like that.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just rolling another one because that one was shit.
Guys, major marks. We're gonna start off with this, and then I'm gonna get into the questions. There's a bendy for sale, and it's a SDL bendy, and you go to majorpodmerch.com. If you show proof, she'll say your name and say hi or something.
Fuck yeah.
So make sure you post it in the comments. And
if you show proof, you can send me one DM and I will reply once.
There you go.
There you go.
That's a simp stream.
That's Shawnee's buying 10 more as we fucking speak.
I just bought 15.
Did you?
No.
15? Don't say shit like that if it's not true. What'd you do? Buy one 3 days ago, you fucking fake fan?
What am I supposed to do? Buy like 10 and then I'm supposed, you know, like I can't show myself on the streets.
Sell them on the fucking merch table. Put them on your gimmick table, mate.
Hey, the way I shoot a promo, I could probably sell them all for you if I was.
You could better than half the fucking wrestlers out there. I'll tell you what.
So,
but yeah, for real, if you buy one in this stream and you fucking post a photo of it, you can send me a DM and I will fucking reply.
So guys, just I know you can't like show a picture in the comments, but if you
DM me the photo first, DM me the fucking screenshot, and then say a little fucking piece, and then I'll give you a little one-liner in response.
Exactly. There you go. So
I don't like a grinder either. I use scissors. Isn't that crazy? everyone always says to me, they're like, "Why don't you have a grinder?" And I'm like, you know what? I used to be a hairdresser, so I'm good with a pair of scissors, and it just makes me like, I don't know, I'm still using my cutting hand.
See, I get it. Some people they like.
I want to be involved in the art.
No,
you know?
I completely understand that 100%. But when you have kids and stuff, it's harder, you know. Because like I have 2 stepkids.
Oh shit! Yeah. So you're like an adult.
I'm like a real. Well, I was 24 when I met my wife, so I had like an instant family. You know.
Fuck.
And
is she older than you?
Yeah, she's 37 and I'm 33.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's mature.
Yeah. So my kids were young when I met them. My girl was 7 and my boy was she's 39. She's yelling in the other room. She's 39.
Tell her I say hi and that I love her.
So, but yeah, I met my son when he was 1. So I instantly became a dad, you know, like changing diapers and all that stuff.
Shit, the whole deal.
Yeah, because like, you know, you don't want nobody to have to go through that alone, you know, especially somebody that you love.
I knew you were such a gentleman.
Yeah.
Not many. Wow. Shawnee's got it all.
Yeah, but
what kind of
But yeah, it's all for the fun of the laughs. That's why when anybody says it, like these white knights that try to come save you, it makes me laugh every time when you comment back.
Oh,
Like,
I hate these white knights, man.
thank you for commenting back. It really, it's like so, it's like a big swoof, you know, like just like shut up, bitch.
Bro, they literally, it's so annoying. And like, I've had it my whole fucking life and career. And I'm like, it's okay if I'm in on the joke, motherfuckers. Like, this is how it works. If I'm in on it and I say it's okay, then like, why is some random dude who I don't know, like, pretending to be offended by a joke? Like, that's
1,000%.
You know what I mean? Like,
SDL cook cunt grinder and rolling tray merch table exclusive. I love that. Oh my god,
I know, but I wouldn't even fucking. Maybe I'll definitely get like an SDL lighter, surely, because I know a lot of people have had lighters as merch.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah.
I'll hit up Connect.
Yeah, hit up Connect. He's the Connect.
Oh my god, I love Connect.
He's the plug. There's like no way that he can nick. Like he can punch me in the face and I wouldn't hate him, you know?
No, he is just like such a nice guy. And he's just, I don't know, like as soon as I met him, I was like, yeah, Connect's the fucking man, bro.
How many people we got watching, guys? I can't tell.
3.
Drop the number in there. So, Steph, you made such a big splash on this community in such a quick time. And it kind of, and I'm not being a dick, but it kind of reminds me of when I came in. A lot of people could. 67? Wow, that's more than the boys get.
Can we get it to 69? Can we please?
Come on, let's get it. Let's get it, guys. Two more. But like when I came in, a lot of people. So apparently there were people like pretending to be nice and like helping other major marks out and whatnot, and then they were just actually like. Just known trolls, and then they would kick them out, and then they would come under another name. And when I came in, I was really nice and like helping people, and like I was just posting every day, and like just more than toys, because like this is like a group, and and it just happened. Like Matt like got a hold of me and was like, "Who the fuck is this Shawnee Caulfield kid? Like he's the new effing Mark."
So he didn't say who's this Shawnee Caulfield cunt.
No, he didn't. Not that time.
Did you see that shirt the other day? Holy shit.
That was fucking amazing.
Bro,
that was amazing.
Good. I know.
But I mean, it's so amazing what these people could do in this group. Like I think there's so many people from Bo to Max Heron to John Lucas to TTD. Like there's just I can't even name all of them, they just do amazing work.
So talented.
He really is. He really is.
I know. Do you like my shirt? It's the Grinch.
I do like it, and I had that on my notes. So do you know that the Grinch was my favorite movie when I was younger? No. And I would sit there, I would be like, "Holiday Hoover Woody."
It's the best.
That is and then when he's yelling to himself in the cave, and he's like, "You're stupid." Those two parts, like I have ingrained in my head, and him as the Grinch baby getting picked on, it kind of resonated with me a little bit. Not that I'm hairy or anything like that, but just like you don't want to I just hate bullies,
Yeah.
And I think it's like a good story in life that like when you get picked on when you're young, some people become a miserable cunt because of actions of other people. And not saying that's right, because I've been picked on and I came out okay, and but I just don't.
Why is your tongue blue? Have you had a blue shirt?
I had a warhead.
That's what they all say.
I ate out a Smurf. That's the truth.
Was it good?
It was good. Yeah.
She lied.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, with you coming in the group, I have ADHD, so this is going to be bad. I know you do too. I know.
How do you know?
Because it's undiagnosed too. Me too. I don't know. I just know. You just know when you have it.
Now.
You just know when you have it. Like I could smell Matt's OCD from like 10,000 miles away.
Matt's got a lot going on. He's like, I don't know why we connect so much. I'm like, because we both have things wrong with our brain.
Yes, exactly.
And it's the same thing.
And it clicks, and you're like, holy shit! Like Like,
Yeah,
I can't believe there's another out there. It's like finding another species, you know? Like,
it is. No, it
what
really
the
is.
fuck? But anyway, you made a big splash coming in, and it's awesome. And I love you as Matt's heater. I think you're great. Like, you really, and I love Chelsea. But let's do Nilsson for Chelsea. And I think that you're the perfect heater for Matt. Cause, and like everything aside, you have the look, you have the talent, and I think as you keep learning from Matt, your promo's just gonna get better. And I think once you perfect the promo, you're a fucking stud.
Why are you saying I'm a shit promo, dude? Have you ever
No,
listened to me cut a promo?
you're not. I just mean like once you're great at the promo. I just mean like I'm not saying I'm not criticizing you in any way. Just don't.
I'm just roasting out. Oh, there's
somebody bought it.
There we go, Thomas. Slide in, motherfucker.
Thomas, you're the man, brother.
You're the man, bro.
I cut a promo. No, don't cut a promo on me. I that came out the wrong way. I didn't mean it.
I'm literally joking. I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
I know I'm good at promos, so even if you said I was bad,
it doesn't matter. Okay. Exactly. I'm the same way. You know what I mean? Like, people could call me fat, but in my head I'm skinny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, who gives a fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, like, who cares? You know,
yeah.
like, but yeah. So like all this stuff that's going on in the group right now, like I've been trying to like get in for like fucking like almost 2 years. Like we like I posted weed before. Like I posted like funny but like edgy kind of shit. You just come in and you knock down those walls within 2 weeks. It's amazing. It's amazing what a female could do. Another one. Ooh, Jason, you're the man. You're the
North
man,
Carolina.
Jason.
Let's fuck.
North Carolina, come on and raise up. Take your shirt off.
Spin
around your head.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, it's been a funny, like, I honestly, like, I think I kind of know what this is from. And like, part of it is when I was in WWE, I was so conscious of like, not saying the wrong thing, not offending someone, not rubbing someone the wrong way, not saying something politically incorrect, not getting cancelled, XYZ. So when there's like that much pressure on you, you almost lose kind of who you are in a way, especially if your personality is like you find edgy shit funny or you say crazy shit, you know what I mean? So it's like if you're already kind of on that edge, it's like you lose yourself real quick if you're like trying to play this role of like a straighty 180, whatever. So I think I kind of lost myself, like, honestly, before WWE, because it was the lead up of trying to get there, right? So it was like for years beforehand, like, okay, if you want to be a superstar, if you want to be this, if you want to be that, then you have to present yourself that way. So, you know, you should post like this and you should do this and you shouldn't say that and you shouldn't do that. And because a superstar wouldn't say that and a superstar wouldn't joke about smoking weed or joke about fucking people or joke about whatever else, they would never do that. So I kind of got into that trap, but then I realized like, fuck, like I've kind of lost myself, you know? So then, yeah, I think since getting released and then because I took like maybe 5 or 6 months off wrestling. So taking some time off and then coming back, it was kind of like, okay, like who do you want to be? Like, what do you like? What works?
And that's a hard that's a hard thing to do, right, Steph? Because like you're basically making a choice that could affect your whole future.
Yeah, well, you're going against everything that you've told yourself about the rule book of what you should and shouldn't do. But the reality of it is, well, I'm actually not doing anything that's illegal or that's incorrect or that is hurting anyone.
Why are you making me feel like I'm a devil, right? You know,
I'm not actually doing anything that's like
look at my work. Like, why don't you look at my work? Like, that's what matters the most.
Yeah, exactly. And also like, not for nothing, like if you've got a lot of like higher prominent people that are mostly men that are allowed to act this way and joke about these things and speak this way, why does a woman have to be like so proper and so, you know what I mean? Like for me, there's that layer of it too of like, well, you know, if you guys get to joke about fucking people and write yourself to do that in storylines and book yourself to have a girlfriend and a this and a that, whatever, fuck it, I'll book myself to have a boyfriend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. And think about it, like this is coming from the man, at least up top, that was having like girls fawn over him with like no shirt on in the 90s, you know? So like that was okay. But then when you want something a certain, and obviously that worked because the Attitude Era was one of the biggest, if not the biggest time in wrestling, right? So that edgy stuff, it works, but people are so scared to do it.
Well, people are really scared to do it. And I think like for me, a big thing that switched in my brain as well, even while I still was at WWE, was like when, thank you, Aubrey.
Thank you, Aubrey. Woodall, thank you.
And
Jason Holbrook, thank you so much, buddy. You're the man. Jason told me he was going to buy a bendy today, and he did. And thank you for keeping your word.
Jason, you're a legend. But realizing when I was in WWE that like, okay, I'm doing edgier shit. Like the first time that I made out with Duke and the reaction that got online and just in general within the company and just like how many people were talking about it and mentioning it. And, you know, when you turned up to,
thank you, Bacon Nate. You're the man. Bacon Nate's the man. Thank you, Bacon.
Thank you. When I did that and then you rock up the next day on Wednesday and you have 20 people, including coaches, including this, including that, come up to you, go, oh my God, that kiss last night was insane.
Yep.
I was like, fuck.
You're like, am I in fucking middle school again, you cunt?
No. My thought was, fuck, a lot more people are mentioning this than they are a wrestling match I've ever had.
That's very smart.
There is something to this, you know? And then, so I've kind of realized, like,
his order was number 8008. It spells out boo.
Awesome.
Bacon, that's great, bro.
I love it. When I realized that, I was kind of like, okay, I think there is something to be said for like sex sells, you know, and I think it does.
It does, like, absolutely. Look at OnlyFans, like, and not to be like anything, but like girls take pictures in bikinis. Like I could go to a beach to see that, but guys love it because they love that personal connection, feeling like they can message you for $8, you know, and like that is like so powerful. And like you said, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but I totally agree with you because look at the OnlyFans model. If that didn't work, they wouldn't have all that money coming to them. Yeah,
definitely. And I think also it's like, it's also not just guys want to see it. It's like girls do too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying for you, but I'm saying it's interesting when you actually like flip that switch and you realize like, okay, I thought half the population wants to see this. Maybe 80% is, even if they don't want to see it, they're intrigued by it because it's like the most primal human nature thing in the world.
Absolutely.
That it's like an old person, a young person, a child, anyone on any spectrum. It's like an instant like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether you hate it, whether you love it, whether whatever, someone's talking about.
Yep, absolutely.
So I think when I realized that, I was like, okay. And then I started doing OnlyFans, saw the response on that. When I see on my phone, this is like an interesting example I'll show you. So this is my Bendy's post about my Bendy's, which I posted 2 days ago. So that has 388 likes. 388. This I posted the same day and it has 8,500.
Wow.
So when you see that,
I'm not lying. I saw that.
Okay. And then when I look at my Instagram analytics and it's 93% men and the countries are America for the first one. And the second one is India.
Oh, it shows you where it comes from?
Yes, because porn is apparently illegal there.
So they do it more.
So they look at more other stuff. But when you look at all of that and you break it down, it's like it's actually a calculated move, you know?
Yep, 100%.
So if I can sprinkle a little bit of that, it's so interesting. And the thing is like you can think that it's like it's this or it's that, but for me, it's who I am as a person and also a calculated business move. But like, yeah, if I joke about this kind of shit and I act like this in my daily life, sure, or, you know, in a wrestling setting or an interview or something, I'm not going to go as wild as I might.
Yep.
But why am I playing this role of this like really boring, just like, when it's like, I think I actually have cool shit in my personality that people connect with. And I think also realizing like, put him over again. I don't know why I keep putting him over, but he's just been relevant to a few things. Is I was going through a really rough time last year, and so I've always loved stand-up comedy. So I'm obsessed with comedy. So all I could do, I just listened to podcasts on end, and I would listen to like every single Two Bears One Cave, which is like Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura.
Yeah, I know.
And then like Tom's ones, and like I was just listening to everything.
Yeah.
And I just kind of realized like, oh my God, this is the only thing that's like making me smile and like I can actually like feel good with. And I was like, it's because it's just like them being themselves, and it's Bert being himself, especially Bert. That is what's funny. That's what's the money. That's what you connect with. That's what it
is. Yeah.
It's not Bert playing a role.
Exactly.
It's who he is when he wakes up in the morning, and they've put a camera on him and he's blown up with success because everyone's like, what is this enigma of a person?
Exactly.
You know? Exactly. So it's like when in my real life, I'm making people laugh all the time, all my friends are going, oh my God, Steph always says the craziest shit. Like today someone goes, oh my God, a Steph voice memo is always a fucking treat. Like there's always it's always some wild shit. I had a friend yesterday message me and was like, anytime I get he was a guy, he goes, anytime I get a photo from you, it's such a lucky dip. He's like, it'll either be a meme, it'll be OnlyFans behind the scenes content,
or that's funny.
It's like, or it'll be you shitting. It's one of the three. And I was like, yeah, you players. And this is like a guy that I've slept with before. Like,
oh my God! See, that's like
yeah, I send people photos. Like, fuck, it's funny.
That's great. It is funny. It's edgy. It's funny. And edgy stuff is always going to be that. And by the way, we just went 28 minutes without, like, I didn't look at anything. I didn't ask anything. That is, like, supernatural, and I love it. But you're starting your own podcast as soon. Yeah. And I wanted to talk about that. Like, what is it going to be about? And do you have a name and do you have any like date that it might drop? You have any info on that?
I do have some info on that. So the name is going to be That's Cooked, which is fun. Cooked,
I love it.
Cooked is like fucked. So like crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'm like, what do I want this podcast to look like? And I'm like, what I don't want it to look like is a boring wrestling podcast because there's a million out there.
Yes, 100%.
So like, what's different? Yep. And I'm like, I really love, as I said before, and I'm really on the edge of transitioning into doing some like stand-up comedy stuff, like for real.
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, like I did a podcast, which is actually dropping tomorrow with Steph Delander, who is a really good female comedian. She's been on Netflix. So she's like very, very high level and like very funny.
Can you share it in the group tomorrow with everybody?
Yeah. I'm going to share in the group. I got sent one of the, I'll actually post tonight. I got sent one of like the teaser clips, and it's so, because I just got zooted beforehand. And we just had the best time ever. It was so fun. So that was like that was a good thing. So yeah, I'm kind of wanting to go into the comedy stuff a bit. So then I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to do more comedians podcasts and try and maybe start doing some stand-up
acting, right? You're acting.
I also want to do more acting too. Yep. So I'm kind of torn of like, do I go into acting? Do I go into stand-up? Like, which one do I want to do? But I still want to, like, I'm a mark for stand-ups. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, it's literally on my 3-year plan to podcast with Tom Segura. And the thing is like that's awesome. That's actually an achievable goal for me, which is really cool.
Anything is achievable for sure.
I think it is. And I think also it's important for me to have some non-wrestling goals on there.
Yes.
So I've kind of got like, yes, things I want to do in wrestling, but there's also some other really cool, like what else do I like in life? Like what, you know, if I get these perks of having this name from wrestling. Let's tick off some cool boxes.
So 7 months ago, you did a podcast with Sean Ross Sapp, and you said you wanted to be a zookeeper. Like, is that still in your goals as well? Like, I know you love animals, you know?
Yeah. So there's like so many. It's so funny. Like,
it doesn't change like by the month, like because. Like, no, I don't mean this in a harmful way. I just mean like, is your brain always thinking of something new to do? Like,
so what it is it's like now I keep pushing shit back because there's certain things that have an age limit and certain things that have like we have to strike while the iron's hot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So for instance, I'll kind of lay that out. Like, zookeeping was what I wanted to do. Like, I dropped out of school and I enrolled in a zookeeping course, but then I pulled out of it to wrestle. So I was like right on the edge of actually doing it for real, but then I started wrestling. So that was kind of like okay, well, after wrestling, I'll do zookeeping. But that was when it was like, you know, it was, yeah, I know I'm going to get signed to WWE. And then after I do WWE, then I'll be done with wrestling and done with whatever else. And then what do? I don't know. I'll be rich enough that I'll just go be a zookeeper. That's kind of the goal.
Got it.
And then I start wrestling and I'm like, okay, fuck. Like, I don't think I want to even do that afterwards. Like, I think after wrestling, I want to try and like, maybe I'll do zookeeping, but like milk the money from this. Like, try and like be relevant enough that I can go to the signings and charge $5,000 and, you know, do like that kind of thing. I'll do that for a bit because that's easy.
More like Zookeeper.
Good. And then then I've had the thought of like, well, fuck, like, yeah, I honestly don't know what switch flipped in my brain, but I really was sitting there one day and was like, holy shit, I could literally do stand up and be a comedian. I literally think I was watching Netflix and I was like, if I tried hard enough, I could get a Netflix special if I committed to it and I tried hard enough. Because if I knew the day I started wrestling, if I wanted to get to WWE, which I did, if I committed 110% in every single way, it was without a doubt I would get there because I wouldn't stop until I did. And that's the mentality I had. And that's kind of what I have with everything in life is like, I literally.
That's why you get along so well with Matt. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, it's this, it's wherever, it's maybe WWE, it's maybe this, or it's that. And then we're going to be having a stand-up special on Netflix. And then we're also going to end up in a really high level movie role. And you know what I mean? Like and it's not just like, well, maybe this will happen or maybe that will happen. Like maybe it sounds really conceited, but like I have really high expectations for myself.
I don't think that's conceited. I think that's absolutely fair because if you don't push yourself, who's going to push you? Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I have a lot to offer in a lot of different ways. And like for instance, like with wrestling, I've always known like, you know, you're a big bitch and there's not many big bitches. So you should be able to do pretty well, pretty easily because like you are big, you are pretty, you're foreign, you can talk, you're athletic. Like if you commit, there's a really high chance you could actually do very well. Whereas when you're a guy who's 5'11" and you're a white guy and you're good at wrestling, but like kind of boring to look at, it's like, wow, there's literally thousands of you. It's really hard to stand out.
It reminds me of when Eminem came in with like 1,000 of him, like in the MTV Movie Awards.
Yes. No, it's seriously like that. Whereas for me, it's like, you know, I can name like maybe 5 other big girls that I would consider good in the world. Yeah, maybe.
Dewdrop would be one of them, right?
Yeah, I'm not including Japan and stuff like that, but like within the America scene, Dewdrop is like
she's a beast.
You know what?
She looks like she could be my cousin. I swear to God, I think we're related.
You know, she would love you. You know, it's so funny. She texted me this morning. Actually, she said, I miss you. I bought you a T-shirt at Buc-ee's yesterday.
I love Buc-ee's.
I was like, what the fuck is this, bitch?
No, have you ever been to Buc-ee's?
I have, yeah.
Oh God, I have never been to a Buc-ee's. I went.
The beef brisket is really
I
good.
went last year when WrestleMania was in Texas. The boys had a live show over there, so I just went over for the live. Oh, thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Ron in Jamaica. See you
You're
tomorrow.
the man.
Are you coming to GCW tomorrow?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I couldn't make it tomorrow,
Fake
unfortunately.
fan.
I'm not a GCW guy. I only watch for you guys, you know.
Thank you.
But I showed up to a GCW in Dallas, Texas, talking about that trip, right? And the Indy was at 1 a.m, and I had a flight at 4:30 or 5. So I went and watched the match. Matt and them were on first, and I literally it was a zoo in there, a fucking zoo, and I loved it. But I don't know. When I go, I want to be able to bring my son and things like that. And sometimes you can't to those shows, you know?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So, but not that saying that it's bad. I like that there's an outlet for it because there needs to be an outlet for everything.
Well,
you know?
Look, you know me, the deathmatch queen, absolutely hates death matches. I'm terrified of them. I hate it.
I was commenting
like $1 million and then I'll do it.
Yo, I'm really afraid for you. I
I
can't go. I'm gonna drop somebody if I'm there. You know, I can't go. Security's gonna have to hold me back.
I'm such a pussy. You might think Matt is a pussy. Matt is willing to do more than me. I'm a fucking pussy.
No, listen. I'm just looking at it. Obviously hurts. I heard the light tubes don't hurt that much because it just breaks.
Did you see it fucked up in our last match?
No.
Finish. Our opponent went to hit his other opponent with the bundle of light tubes and it didn't break.
And it didn't break?
Really bad.
You know what? It probably was one of the ones that don't break because they make ones that don't break. You know.
No, he did it again. He did it. I'll be at GCW tomorrow.
That's Ron Bosch. Yep. Purple shirt. Best wishes guy.
You know that I don't like the color purple at all, and now I have to wear it and be it.
Yeah, I agree. I love the color purple. I've always loved gray and purple is the best color combination.
But it's funny because Matt's let's get purple gear, and I'm like, I don't have any say in this, so I'm great. But now I'm putting my foot down more.
Oh, so when is your podcast? This is the ADHD in us. When does your podcast start?
I don't know. Hopefully within the next week.
Okay.
Hopefully within the next week. So I keep procrastinating it because I haven't had time. But as Matt has said, he's like, you just need to rip the Band-Aid off and do it.
Just jump into it. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, Broski is on Twitter building a brand behind. Oh my God.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh, wow.
I think he just texted me.
He's building a brand behind the bags. I'm dead. Broski, I love you, bro.
So Matt does this thing where if he likes it, if he thinks he's written a funny tweet,
yes,
he sends me his tweet.
He sends it the text.
And I go, why do you do this why do you send me your tweets? He goes, I want you to know how funny I am.
It's kind of early, but fuck it. BMK After Dark. Attention to Broski loves it. He loves it. This was something I came out I was smoking outside. I was like, why not go live? And then I just started doing it and it just hit.
I'm gonna send him a selfie. He's gonna be so angry.
I love everybody that's here. Thank you for coming. How many people are here, guys? Throw it in the chat. I think we sold 6 or 7 bendies already.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I have to go to New York tomorrow. I have to fake 10 and shit. Annoying.
So so hold on. Let me how did Matt discover you? Can you talk about it? I know it was in WSW, but how did he choose you? Can you talk about the behind the scenes on that?
Yeah, so he
Thank you guys. 69.
Is it 69?
It's 69. Yeah. And it's been holding. Yeah, somebody take a screenshot, guys.
No one screenshot it. Yeah, so Matt came up to me. I'm just gonna go inside because I'm yelling on my back.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm a yeller too.
My neighbor's gonna be like, can you shut the fuck up?
That's my wife every minute of every day.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so yeah, Matt came up to me in Adelaide on the World Series tour, and he was like, "Hey, I have a question," and I was
Michael,
like,
thank you, brother. Thanks for buying a bendy, man.
"Thanks, bro." I was like, "Oh fuck, I've done something wrong. Like, what the fuck does Matt Cardona want with me?" Like, instantly in my brain, I was like, "Holy shit, I've like talked shit and someone's found out, or like he's angry at me, or I've done, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, I've buried myself somehow."
Yep.
And then he was like, "Oh, how do you feel about like working with me on the indies and like being like my hater and we can tag together?" And I was like, "Let me just check my really busy schedule." I think I'm free. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm free, bro. Like he even we were talking about it the other day, and he was like, "You said yes so quickly." I was like, "What else was I gonna fucking say?"
What do you want her? Like you asked, like what am I supposed to say? Like what? Like make you wait on it? No.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
think
Matt,
like you could like
but
honestly.
what I'm saying is the perception when you're outside of it, like because now you guys are such like you're so ingrained now in a way with Matt that I feel like it's kind of lost like who he is without being jaded. It's like I got in the car after I told my parents like after the Sydney show because that was the night when Matt and I had the chairs and I hit
Yes,
John
yes.
Hennigan. Um oh my god, why did I just say his last name like that?
I know John Hennigan.
No, what's his shoot? What's it? Is that his
John
shoot last
Hennigan,
name?
yeah, it's his real name, yeah.
But like, oh my god, I don't know what I said that.
It's
Bleep that.
that was like natural too.
That was what the fuck? That was really weird. Anyways, oh my
Are
god.
you speaking in tongues over there?
No, I'm speaking Egyptian. Okay, crazy. No, yeah. So I don't even know what I was saying now. Oh
So
yeah,
how
yeah.
Matt found
I
you
got
and
in
you
the
said
car with my
yes.
parents. I was like, no, you guys don't get it. There is not a single person on the Indies that I would choose to team with over Matt. Like I said it before I even knew him, I was like, I would not choose anyone else. Choose him if you could. If I got to choose, it would be him.
Ron
And
Bosch, you two have great chemistry. I was front row. Thank you, man.
yeah.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it, man, so much.
Thank you, Ron. No, it's crazy. We're both like, why does this work so well so
Yeah.
quickly? Like
Yeah.
we had realized like it's been like 3 weeks and it feels like we've been teaming for 6 months together.
Absolutely. And I know
Yeah.
people are people are like, and listen, I see everybody tagging you, and I know you love it personally, and I like it because I think you deserve that kind of attention, and that's cool. I just laugh because like some people are like, they just tag you for anything, and I'm like, oh my god, they love her already, you know. But listen, it was kind of like my plan, and I hate to say it like this, but I was the one that told Broski to get you in the group, and you could confirm this with him. I twittered and I said, bro, she's part of us now. Like she needs to be in the group. And I literally 30 minutes later, you were in, and I was like, I'm gonna do what Sunil does to Chelsea to SDL, and I'm gonna fucking make it epic. And it blew up, and not just me and you, I mean, but in general, you blew up. But it's so good to have somebody like you in the community. We need it, you know, because I think you have such a great mind, like a great, um, like you're not like Broski, and you are who you are.
You're so great. You're the greatest. You're
No,
so
no, 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 not that
You're not
Broski's
like
not
that.
great, but like Brian is great from Broski in ways that Broski isn't, and Matt is great in ways that Brian isn't, right? So, like,
I'm bringing him back down to earth on some things,
yes,
I think.
yes, like
But I think I'm
before.
also bringing out a more fun side of him, I
That's
think.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you're really bringing out that side of Matt that everybody doesn't see. Like I didn't see that side of Matt until I met him in person. And there's people out there that hate Matt only because they think he's some kind of asshole because he is all about money. But like if they met Matt and talked to Matt, they would like him just like we all do, you know? And I think that you're bringing out that side of him more in like videos and you know, that kind of thing. So it's showing, you know, and the way that he powers you up, you, without him knowing it, you're powering him up, you know, and that's why it works.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we've realized too. Like, it's like it's not just him helping me, it's also me helping him. Like, for as much as I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I needed you. He's like, no, I needed you. Like,
Yep.
we needed each other, you know?
Wait, Shawnee is high. Give him a break, Herm. What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? Somebody was trying to get at me or something? What's going on? It's a great. It is great to have someone not like Broski. Shawnee. I don't even know. I guess I meant to word it the other way.
That's so funny.
Sorry, Steph.
No, it's funny. No, it's funny. No, but I think also, I think a reason why, like, even being in the group has worked, and also teaming with Matt, it's like, I'm a huge Mark. Like,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
especially that's why I work in the group, is it's like, because, you know, not how 7 years ago I was doing this shit. Like, it's not that long ago, you know what I mean?
Billy,
So it's like,
put Johnny JB's comment up there if you can.
it's also just like a very, I don't know. I can still remember how cool it would be to be able to interact with someone that I was a fan of.
Yep, yep.
And like, oh my God, I would have died if I could have, like, you know, been on a live stream with them or so, you know what I mean? Or like
100%.
commenting back and forth and whatever else.
Yep.
So now it's like, well, if I kind of have the opportunity to do that with a group of fans that I feel like, for the most part, and maybe it's because it's like just digitally, but like for the most part feel very safe and genuine, and like, you know, there's obviously the few fucking weirdos,
There's
but
always
like I
gonna
feel like,
be, yeah.
yeah, I feel like for the most part, like this is like the kind of people that I don't have a problem interacting with.
Yeah.
And I think it does go a long way. And yeah, I don't know, I just, at the end of the day, it's like, I love wrestling, and I think this is why, like, it works with Matt and I, because we both love wrestling, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like and it's also like the ADHD and everything else, where like we'll be up at, it'll be 6 a.m. on a plane, and we're going, hey, let's do this for a video. We'll do that. We'll do this. Then we go out to lunch, and we sit at lunch. We go, oh, maybe we'll do that. And for England, we'll do this gear, and then we'll film that video, and then we'll get this made, and then we'll get, you know what I mean? And then we're driving to the venue. Okay, so for tonight, we're going to cut this in the promo. We're going to do this. The finish will be this, and blah, blah, blah. And then it's, you know, driving back from the venue at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Okay, and then tomorrow we're going to, like, we are literally constantly bouncing ideas off each other and communicating with each other, and like, how can we elevate this, how can we make it better, how can this be better, how can that be better, we should be doing more of this, less of this, let's schedule this, we need to lock in this. Like, there is so much that it's just, yeah, it's because
what have you learned from Matt, like outside wrestling, like when it comes to like business, right? Like I've noticed, obviously, like he's helping you with the merch part of things, right? So like what is he like? I really feel like, just like as a friend, like Matt is so fucking good with that shit. Like, if I were, like, I know you're probably soaking it up, but soak as much as you can from it, because like Matt is, like, I see other wrestlers and I'm like, holy shit, like they're just not at his level when it comes to that stuff with merch. And sometimes it feels like a lot in the group, and I've said it on numerous occasions, but you don't have to buy everything. So it's like it is what it is. If he wants to come out with 10 shirts, just only buy what you want, you know? And I have to remember that myself sometimes, like, this is the way that he makes his money, you know? Like, but definitely, like, what have you learned from him in that way, Steph, so far?
Well, I think it's like, there is so many things, like every single day I'm just like learning another thing and another thing and another thing, and like but I'm so quickly changing and improving. And even yesterday I got a request, hey Steph, we're doing an interview, blah blah blah, a podcast. Usually I ignore them.
Yep.
And then Matt was like, someone paid me a lot of money to do one. And I was like, I replied, yep, my interviews are $100.
Yep.
They reply, yep, sounds good. When can we do it? This is an easy extra $500 a week I can earn.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. Yep.
Really easy. You know what I mean?
And
Like
that's what, that's $2,000 a month in your pocket now, you know,
that's my
roughly,
rent.
right? You know,
You know,
exactly.
it's
Exactly.
so, yeah, so it's stuff like that. And at the merch table, it's like having, you know, charging for fans to take photos with you. Like in Australia, you don't charge fans to take photos with you.
Yeah,
A lot
Bo
of
told me
wrestlers,
about that. And he also said you guys don't tip. And like in America, we tip like our food and like all that stuff. And you guys don't really tip over there.
we don't tip in Australia.
It's
We don't need to
crazy. It's
because they
crazy.
get paid a lot.
I was shocked. I'm like, you guys don't tip. Like, if we don't tip, like the next time you go there, you're getting spit in your food. You know, like
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
Yeah. No. This one's on the house.
The Facebook user, click the link, you coward. But
Oh, that's funny.
so all right, I'm gonna do some. I labeled it Shawnee and Steph Down Under. Um, so I know that you were a hairdresser. You stopped going to school at age 15. You started working right away as a hairdresser. How long were you a hairdresser, and what made you go do hairdressing?
I was a hairdresser for maybe 3.5 years. And growing up as a child, my like fantasy dream was to be a wrestler. But when you're in Australia and you don't know that anything other than WWE exists, you have a real life dream of, okay, well, I'll be a hairdresser,
Yep,
you know,
yep.
because there was this period of time where I wanted to wrestle. I wanted to be a wrestler, but I didn't know local wrestling existed. I thought WWE was the only wrestling. Like that's literally what it was like for
Yep.
me.
I didn't know
And
either when I was young. I knew nothing about the indies. Nothing.
which is so weird because Indy Hartwell, who's the exact same age as me, we had the exact same upbringing
Yep.
basically. She was like a huge Ring of Honor fan, a huge Impact fan, a
It's
TNA fan,
crazy.
like watched all sorts of indies. And I'm like, how the fuck did you know what that is? I
Yep.
had no idea. So I would look on the WWE website, they would have a section that was like recruit me, like their recruit page,
Yes.
right?
Yep. Yep.
And it would be like minimum 3 years wrestling experience. And I'm like, how the fuck do you get wrestling experience if WWE is the only place that you can wrestle? How do you, like, that doesn't make sense, guys. So I didn't think it was a real thing. And then, yeah, it wasn't until I, went to an indie show and saw that it existed. And then I started training. And then, it went from there. I was like, holy fuck, I can actually do this. But
Yep.
yeah, the day I was in wrestling, I was 1,000% in.
Got it. That's awesome. What is your favorite American food you love? Answer that first, and then I have another one for you. Go ahead.
Favorite American food that I love. What the fuck do I like? Um, I do like Wendy's a lot. Wendy's
You
is fucking lit. Yeah, Wendy's.
I think I saw you post somewhere the $5 box or
The
some
$5
shit.
biggie bag, really.
Yeah, the $5 biggie
I
bag.
love Wendy's, but what I do love as well, which you can't get in Australia, is like a real diner, like a New York diner.
Yes.
Ooh,
There's nothing like a New
yeah,
York diner. Yep. The
no,
ice cream too is
yeah,
amazing. Like
yeah,
everything about a diner is just like it's like they're low key. Like people don't think that they're going to be that good. You know,
yeah. They are good.
they're amazing. What is a food that like that you have in Australia that you miss?
I miss really good coffee.
Oh wow, we don't have good coffee over here.
Dog shit. Dog
I
shit.
don't drink coffee. My wife does, so I
It
don't
sucks
know.
here. It's so
Oh,
bad.
got it.
It's so good in Australia.
What's
Like,
the difference? Like, do you
oh,
know?
everything about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's just every single thing about I can't even start telling you because I couldn't stop. Like every single thing is just better.
Yeah.
Um
I
it's like
love Frosties too, Nicholas. I love Frosties.
it's like a it's like its whole own thing. Like it's a different thing.
Got
Anyway,
it.
um
Well,
so yeah, I miss the coffee the most.
so I got a box sent to me by Bo, and this was in here.
Oh my god, have you tried it?
And I haven't tried it. And I was gonna do it on camera with Bo, but he told me I could do it with you, and
Yeah, do
try
it.
it for the first
Have
time.
you never had it? Oh,
I've never had it. Is it? What are your feelings about this
oh my
Vegemite?
god, you're gonna hate it. Because you get raised on it and it sucks. But then you end up with some weird Stockholm syndrome and you like it.
It's very salty.
Yeah.
Very salty. It's not bad. It's not bad. And people put this on bread, right? They don't eat it regular.
No, you put it so it's good if you put it on toast with butter and a little bit of Vegemite.
Wow.
Raw
I
dogging
could
it is
see
brutal.
I could see why people like it.
Really? Oh my god, you're a sicko. It is good.
Yeah,
I like it.
it is. It is. And it makes you thirsty right away. Right
Yeah.
away, it makes you thirsty because all like the sodium, you could just taste it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was better than I thought. I was so petrified. Everybody was like, "You're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it."
Shit.
Bo, I see you. Oh fuck, yeah, bro. It was pretty good. What is the scummiest suburb in Melbourne, and why is it Frankston?
I don't know. I think St. Kilda's getting pretty bad. Like, it's nice, but there's a lot of crackheads around. Bring it to FWF. We can have it with PBR. Bring what? Oh, Vegemite.
Yeah, I'll see if I remember. I'll bring it. Do you know that
Is that the wrestling show?
Do you know that there?
Yeah.
Yeah, FWF is the wrestling show. May 28th. I'll be there.
Right.
There's only 60 tickets, and it's not sold out. So
I love that I'm Matt's tag partner, but you're the one plugging it and me going,
guys, go get your tickets if you haven't got your ticket yet. Do you know that there's a town named Caulfield in Australia?
yeah.
That's my town, baby.
Crazy. No, I know. That's
when I found that out, I was like,
"Who's this
"What?"
Caulfield cunt?"
I just don't have the L in there.
Yeah, I spelt it wrong because I spelt it like the place.
How funny was that shirt that Josh was wearing? How big did you pop when you saw that?
Which shirt? The one at fucking.
The one that said, "Who's this Sean Caulfield cunt?"
Oh, so good.
And what was Matt's answer to you, by the way, if you could say it?
What was it? No, I can't remember. Oh my god, I can't remember. And we would have. Hold on, No, it should be in the texts. Let me look. Oh my god! Also, speaking of that, did you know Matt didn't know that you can search photos that you've sent to someone? So he would scroll the entire text.
He would scroll and make it load.
Yeah, like a sticker.
Hey, I can't. I mean, that's so Matt. You know what I mean? Like he just has those moments. It's funny as fuck.
Let me have a look. Oh my god! Do you know what happened?
What?
I texted him. This is so much funnier. I texted him. I said, I actually forgot this happened. I said, "Can you do me a favor?" He goes, "Yes." I said, "Can I text you something?" And you screenshot it and post it in the group. I said, "It's a bit." I said, "Just the text I'm going to send, not this whole conversation, obviously." His reply, okay. I said, "It's in reply to this." And it was your screenshot of being like, "Hey, Shawnee, this group rule does not apply to you. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay. So I'm posting what?" Like he's given me so much attitude this entire conversation. I said, "Who's this Shawnee Caulfield cunt?" And then he said, "Ha ha 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 ha." And then I said, "LeMayo, just that." That's funny. Every time we text, like I would say every single day, he says something, and I'm like, "Can you actually read that and tell me how you thought that made sense?"
Yep.
I'm like, that's illegible.
Like, read it back to me. Yeah, he didn't say, "Oh my god, wow." Yeah, exactly, Rob.
No, he didn't. He actually, yeah, he didn't. But
it's
yeah, no. Today,
it's so funny when he comments those. The like, all he'll do is say, "Oh my god, wow."
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's so funny. I don't even know why.
I don't
Go
know.
ahead, Steph. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, I can't remember. Oh yeah, today Matt was like, "We're getting Star Wars inspired outfits," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I'm gonna be." Look at me. I'm just always spoiler alerting. Um, I was like, "Well, I'm gonna be a stormtrooper," and he's like, "I think we should do more like Star Wars inspired rather than like actually just cosplay." And then I said, "What do you mean? What do you envision yourself to look like?" And he like told me, and I said, "Okay, you can wear that, but I'll be a stormtrooper." And he was like, "Okay, noted." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Fuck off! If I'm doing your Star Wars shit, I'm at least being the character that I
Stormtroopers are
like."
badass, you
They're
know.
so cool.
Oh, somebody else
Oh my
made a
god!
bendy
Thank you, Facebook
purchase.
user.
Yeah, we can't see your name, but thank you so much. So I just want to ask you some rapid fire questions, okay?
Yeah.
Um, do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
I do too. Why?
Yeah.
Why do you? Why do you believe in ghosts? If you don't mind me
I've just had
asking,
a few experiences where I'm like, it's pretty ghostly.
can you tell us one of them?
Yeah, I was lying in bed once and I had like these two Chinese dragon masks fly in from the side of the house and they were like glowing and blue and they like danced around each other and then flew out through the window and
What
like
the
above
fuck?
me. Yeah, and
What,
I was like,
you weren't on mushrooms?
no, I was completely sober and I literally was like, holy, what the fuck did I just
That is
see?
like I would have fucking bugged out if I saw that.
Oh, dude, no, I literally like I wouldn't sleep in a room by myself for a while after that. Like it was fucked.
Yeah, yeah, I believe in it too. I had one time, just one of my small stories. We I was with my best friends, and where he lived was like in Staten Island, and there's like a lot of boats used to go through Staten Island, and he lived right off the water. So houses have been there forever, like since the 1800s, you know. And one day we go out, and we come back in, nobody's home. Um, all of a sudden, the literally at the max, the everything turns on, the TV, the radio, it was something else, like a microwave or some shit, and it was like the freakiest feeling of my life. And like when we unplugged it, it was still going, like for like another 30 seconds at least. It was like very strange. But I have more, but I'm just curious. I think that's a great question to ask everybody, you know. um do you like edibles or flour better?
Um, I like flour better. I really like it, but the problem is I'm trying to smoke less just because like my lungs and shit. Um,
just because
yeah,
just because my lungs and shit.
I don't know how else to put it.
I love it. I love it.
um, yeah, so just because of that, I'm
Got it.
trying to be a bit more conscious.
What kind of American accent do you admire the most?
Admire.
Yeah, I didn't want to be like, what kind of accent turns you the fuck on?
Oh, is that the question? Okay. Um, I do like a uh like a Midwesterner, like a Southerner Midwesterner kind of thing.
Like a cowboy?
Yeah, like a cowboy. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Blink 182 or Lincoln Park?
Lincoln Park.
I think I would say the same.
Yeah,
But I love Blink, but Hybrid Theory was like the best album ever.
yeah,
Ever. Like literally I know every word from start to finish. Like
yeah. It's just bangers after
the whole
bangers.
album is just
Yeah,
insane. The Rock or Stone Cold?
Stone Cold.
When you were saying about being a comedian, and I'm done with the questions, but I just noticed something. Uh, when the Rock did an interview on a podcast called I think it's called the Tilt or something, and I'll send it to you. But in there, he said the moment that he knew his career was gonna go to acting was when he did SNL. He did Saturday Night Live, right? And in order to be good at Saturday Night Live, you need to be a good comedian, right? And in order to be a good wrestler, you need to be a good comedian, right? Because that is going to come out in your promos, right? So everything you want to be connects. I don't know if you see it that way, but that's how I see it, right? And that's why The Rock and Stone Cold were so good. And like, there's another question I have for you. Do you feel like being your shoot name gives you more pride and makes you want to represent that name even more than Persia Parada? Like, do you feel like you're going harder because it's your own name?
No, I don't think so. Like, I actually really like was committed to Persia, and like I chose it. So as much as a lot of people like hate their WWE names, or like, they got given something they didn't like, or they symbolize it with bad stuff in their
Yep,
career or whatever else, like when Matt always goes, Zack Ryder's dead, I don't feel like Persia's dead.
yep, got it.
And like I still will sign things as Persia, and I will I don't like Matt is very like, if I go back to WWE, I'm going back as Matt Cardona. I'm not going back as Zack Ryder. It's dead. It's done. I'm like, that was years ago, and you also did it for years,
Yeah,
and you
but they
chose
buried
that.
him. They buried him. So if he goes back there as Zack Ryder, it's going to be a one-time pop. And that's why I think Matt doesn't want to do that, because he knows that like he can like come up with all these things by himself and do these things that are fun and do that as Matt Cardona, but he can't do that as Zack Ryder because that persona doesn't fit. He's a woo woo guy. You know what I mean? Like you can't have a woo woo guy dressing up as the indie, god, or a Ghostbuster. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. So, and I get it, but I think what I'm saying is the difference is I'm not in that boat. So, like,
Got it.
I
So you
was
don't care about it. Like it
just
doesn't matter.
no, I mean, I chose the name. Like, it was the name that I
Oh, so
wanted.
you chose it. Got it.
I chose it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
So it's not
chose
like,
it. Got it. Got
yeah,
it.
it's not like some like dumb shit that they gave me.
That's
It's
what
like,
I was
and
asking. Yeah, I
no,
didn't know that.
and Matt always jokes that like Matt, he tweeted the other day like Persia's dead, and I think I replied like, why did you kill me? Because I'm like, why have you decided that I hated it? You know what I mean? Because I
Yep.
didn't. Like, I liked it. I liked the name, and if I go back in my mind right now, I think I would like to be Persia. Like,
Wow.
maybe drop the Parada, but I'm not gonna
Oh,
try and
like just
like,
Persia. I like
yeah,
that.
which is what I wanted first, but they wouldn't let me
I
have
like
one
that.
name.
I
Like,
like
I'm not
that.
against that, but Matt is like, he is super against his, and he also is trying to make me be against mine. And I'm like, no, like,
Yeah,
that's
I
not
get what
your
you mean.
choice,
Yep,
you
yep.
know?
I get what you mean. Yeah, I
And
love
also,
that. I love
I
Persia.
also don't mind the idea of having Persia being everything I do in WWE, and then Steph Delander being all of my acting, all of my comedy, all of my other roles. Like, I
Yep.
actually don't hate that. Like, I don't want to. I don't. If I'm a stand-up comedian, I don't want my WWE gimmick to be Steph Delander, the stand-up comedian. I want it to be Persia. You know,
Someone commented one name. What do you seal?
I am fucking Seal.
Kissed by the rose on the grave. But they yeah, I never like knew like the process of choosing your name or whatnot. I know like I've heard it Matt tell it or whatever, but they gave him like less than like 4 hours or some shit. Him and Brian to come up with their names, you know?
Yeah, but honestly, if you don't have a name on the ready, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, the day I got there, I had names ready to go.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
wouldn't you think like as a wrestler, like you like I feel like that's one of the cool things about wrestling along with like your attire. Like you get like
the first thing.
having a
What
fucking
the fuck is
badass
the name?
name, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah, and so Persia was, because when I before I was all of my nicknames now, I was the Python Powerhouse before WWE and
Got it.
after. Until I switched over. But yeah, so I always loved snakes. And a girl I used to work with at the hairdressing salon
before I was even started training to wrestle, she had a snake called Persia. And I was like, fuck, that's a cool name. Like, that's a cool name. That's in the back pocket for something. I didn't even know what, but like something. And then I was always like, could be a wrestling name. Like, that could be a wrestling name. And then when I got to WWE and pitched a whole bunch of names, Persia was one of them. And Perrotta is my grandpa's surname.
Got it.
So I really I love my grandpa. He took me to my first WrestleMania when I was 17.
Got
like
it.
he's just the ultimate G, and really has always supported me. So I wanted to get his name out there. So they let me do it. So yeah, I'm like, I don't
That's
hate that name.
awesome.
I
I
chose
love
that
that.
name.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I had no idea about that. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's why it's so important to know the story of how, you know, like. And
well, Matt doesn't even know the story. He hasn't asked.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
why I don't hate, that's why I don't hate my name, because I fucking chose it, guys.
But you know, that's really it. That's basically everything I wanted to ask. And I just wanted to say thank you for coming on. But can you call Sal, my partner, a Mark for me, because he's such a little bitch? Can you shoot a promo on Sal for me?
Yeah, sure. Now?
You just go ahead, yeah, and I'm gonna show it to him later.
Hey Sal, you fucking dog cunt. I don't know who you are because you didn't show up and do your job. So Steph Mum has taken over Shawnee After Dark. We're both high as fuck.
Yes.
And you don't deserve to get paid this week. Show up for your job.
Sal, you are a fucking Mark, bitch.
Oh, I forgot to say my closing line.
Oh.
Sal, you are a fucking Mark, bitch.
Great job, Steph. That's amazing.
Thank you. I got told I was a natural actress. So. You know what's so funny? There's this fucking cunt that was annoying me. Oh, I shouldn't say that because he might watch it. There was this guy who was being a bit annoying on the TV set today. And then he was like, you're already in character. Like, why are you looking so angry? And I was like, I'm not in character, bitch. This is my fucking face. I was like, you don't know me well enough. I don't like you. Like, fuck off.
But like, and that's really it. I mean, one last thing. How is it dating as a wrestler, right? Like,
oh my God, it's fucked. You can't throw that at me like, oh, one last thing.
I'm sorry. But
one last thing.
it just came to my head because like you posted that Bumble thing like yesterday, and like I just thought about it.
I'm a quasi celebrity on a dating app for normal people.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah,
it really doesn't work because you end up. I had someone over the other day for a first date, and on the first date they go, "So how does it feel to be famous?"
See,
and
that's
I'm like,
weird. That's weird. Yeah, yeah.
Is that why you're here?
100%, 100%, and that's what you got to think because Google's everything, right? So they're gonna. If you tell them,
look at your Instagram and you got 100,000 followers, they go, "Who the fuck is that?"
That's true too. I didn't think about that. Yeah,
they know you're. Even if they don't know what you are, they know you're something.
They'll know it. Do they know it before you meet usually, or?
Yeah, well, yeah. The first thing you do is you get their fucking Instagram. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I've been out of the game for years.
Oh well, yeah. You match. You get each other's Instagrams, so then you see. Or it's like, what do you do for work? I'm a wrestler. Oh,
got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I matched with a guy yesterday, and then we get exchange Instagrams, and he goes, so is it a good or a bad thing that I'm a big WWE fan? And I'm like,
that's like, and right away, there's no way after that there's coming back, right?
I mean, I would date a fan, like, if the circumstances, like it wasn't like I'm still texting him.
Yeah, got it.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah, it didn't kill it. For me, it's more so like, okay, but is this fact like hindering things? Like, does it mean that you're like trying to get too involved in my work, or like you're weirdly worshiping me, or you're trying to post about me to brag to your friends, or you know what I mean? Whatever the thing is, like if it's anything like that, then it's like fuck off. But it's like you're a normal person who I would want to date anyways, who happens to be a fan of this pretty popular thing that I do. That could be cool. That actually could be cool to have someone to like discuss it with who like gets it, because there's things that are good about dating a wrestler that aren't good about dating a normal person.
Got it.
So a normal person who has a bit of an understanding about what you do might not be a bad thing as long as they're a normal fucking person.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yep.
It's a normal situation. But I mean, I feel like that would be pretty hard to come by, but I wouldn't be completely opposed to it, you know?
I definitely agree. I think probably like 1 out of 10 is probably normal. You know?
Yeah, and even then it's like a very like, yeah. It's
For
like
sure, I
I'm not
get it.
even. It is everything else is so like so spicy that I'm like I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna fucking.
Yeah, and there's
You
so
know,
much,
like
and like
there are so many bad apples in there that I'm like I'm not even fucking touching.
100%. Yeah, and there's so many like
fucking
there's
weirdos.
you guys have so much more to think about a person when you meet them, because you have to worry about that extra shit, you know? And that's why,
Well,
like,
I mean, yeah. The other day, like, not to cut you off, but
no, it's okay.
I texted Matt and I said, literally, this is a back and forth. I said, "Fuck, guys are so." What did I say? I said guys are so fucked. Or no, I said guys are fucking insane.
Yes, that's a true statement.
Because
100%.
I said guys are fucking insane,
Mhm.
and he said, and women aren't.
That
And
should
I
too.
said, and then I said, how many times per day do you feel threatened by a woman? And he said, yeah, okay, different story. Because I was at the service station at the gas station. I was at the gas station and I was pumping gas, and the guy next to me rolls his window down and he's like, hey. And I like turned around because I'd been driving for hours, so I was like stretching my shoulders.
Yep.
I turn around and I go, what? Instantly. I'm in a service station. I'm wearing shorts. This man is going to sexually harass me right now. I just know it. Every time I get out the car at the gas station, and if I'm wearing shorts, or to go into Walmart and I'm wearing shorts, I go, oh, fuck. I fucked up. Fuck.
Yep.
Like, that's what it's like, you know?
Yep.
And like,
Yep.
It's crazy. So yeah, he rolls his window down. Hey, I go, fuck. He goes, you're too hot to be out here stretching like that. You can't be out here. You're distracting me. You're so hot. You're too hot. Like, he's like 60-year-old man. And I'm like,
that's wild.
I literally just like I turned around and like faced the other way and was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And like, as a woman by themselves, it's like a very threatening situation because you go, fuck, if they decide to do something, I'm actually fucked. Like, there's nothing I can do. You know?
No, I get it.
So there's an
you
extra.
You gotta keep the mace on you for sure. You
yeah,
know?
It's just an extra layer of like if a guy goes on a first date with a girl and it doesn't go well, maybe she was annoying. You know, if a girl goes on a date and it doesn't go well, maybe she gets fucking murdered. And sure, maybe the guy does sometimes, but 90 fucking something % of the time it's the girl.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
So it's like that makes dating a lot harder because you're not just, oh, I hope I find someone I like.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I hope I find someone that doesn't.
That's normal.
That doesn't like physically or emotionally harm me.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So it's a wild world.
But thank you, Steph, for coming on. I appreciate you so much for your time. I really had such a great time, honestly. I can't believe it's been an hour and 20 minutes. I feel like it went by like this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again. And guys, go buy her bendy at majorpodmerch.com. And do you want to promote anything else, Steph?
Yes. I have my bendy. I have my OnlyFans, which is OnlyFans/Steph Delander, I think. But it's in my link tree. I've got my shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees. All of the shows that I'm doing for the next month, I posted on Instagram like yesterday or the day before. So they're all there. I'll pin it on Twitter as well. And yeah, look out in the next couple of weeks for me to drop my podcast.
Awesome. Herman said he gets, ever since he's taken over the Major Pod TikTok, he gets catcalled every day. Exactly. Herm, what up, brother? Crazy, Herman's the best, man. Herman's the best. But thank you again, Steph. Guys, thanks for coming. We love you, and thanks for spending the night out with us. We're up, baby. Thank you, Steph.